Nordis. This is our first press day, a very busy day, but let's just agree to allot at least 1.5 hours for this activity, after which we will go back to our press work. But for this particular presentation, two of us will be presenting. Kathleen Okubo, who is member of the officer of the Board of Trustees of the Normin, and who also helps bring out the newspaper, or weekly newspaper. And I'm Jun Berzola. I'm executive director of the same NGO that publishes Normin. And I also occasionally help bring out the newspaper, write an occasional column or article for the newspaper. The communities at the grassroots need the media that serves their needs, that serves their interests, and that they control as much as possible. So we had an idea that we should start with something that is small, that does not require much investment, does not require much, was to set up a community focus of the content of our newspaper and its website. We also try to reflect in how we operate. In organizationally, how do we mobilize the resources so that the newspaper and its website can be sustained. And which is, we try not to rely too much on the more formal or conventional forms of mobilizing resources, which is maybe borrowing capital and investing it and getting profit from it and paying people to do the job as hired employees. We try not to do it that way. Instead, we try to emphasize the mainly voluntary nature of people who would like to help run and help support Nordis. So we have tried to network with grassroots organizations all over the region, give them short orientation sessions, give them brochures, give training as far as we can, and then from there, recruit volunteers, get the commitments of interested people who would like to write, who would like to send in reports regularly or occasionally to Nordis paper. Our policy is really to encourage people, volunteers, grassroots activists, grassroots journalists to write in the language that they are most comfortable with. Maybe like Malaysia, the Philippines is a multilingual, multi-ethnic country.
The response of the government with police work and military surveillance to these things is actually a very good coverage for the media, but then extra difficult to release. That's the ongoing now. I think last month we had coverage of issues of people and what is going on in the Philippines and what the media can present freely about the country.
Requires the media people themselves to exercise self-restraint and also to work within the narrow bounds of a very commercial media that is very, even if there are no killings, there are these cases that occur daily, cases of libel, cases of internal censorship within the hierarchy of a media group.
NGOs, militant groups. Whereas in the Philippines, when I first came across your newspapers, I realized it has a different meaning. So, would you like to explain the word militant groups here?
That's old the term is owned by the left.
In our minds when we encounter the term in the Middle Eastern setting, Islamic militants. I'm not very familiar with the Malaysian politics. Can I just add one last point, because we have been focused so much on our newspaper and its website. I forgot to community radio, Magada Community Radio. It already has its own assigned frequency. We have not yet really fixed the name, so that's just a tentative name, Sagada Community Radio. Long story, but the short of it is that legal technicalities has hindered us. We also do training, especially among community and youth journalists.
Just give them, we have similar initiatives in Malaysia coming up. Community for Independent Journalism, run by Sonia, which is CIJ, which this community are doing, and they've just launched Radical.
I am very glad we here at Northern Dispatch and Northern Media Information Network are very glad and honored to be visited by these energetic young student journalists, writers, and others who are interested in how we work as a grassroots media community here in an indigenous peoples region, the Cordillera region, and here in the Philippines. Coincidentally, I've been to a state of Malaysia this past week, and I've come to appreciate the multi-ethnic patchwork of cultures that is Malaysia. And it's also a very interesting sight to see vibrant newspapers in Malaysia, and more visits like this would, I think, be fruitful and useful to both sides. I would like to I hope that our visitors from Monash University will make the most of their short stay here in the Philippines and in the Cordillera region, learn more about our culture, the life ways of our people, and specifically about how media, especially grassroots media, can serve the interests of the indigenous peoples as well as the wider community. Thank you. Hello, your hands, hello.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm gonna take, okay?